Hey sunshines, we are back with our final planting, meaning our final planting from that clearance garden, not garden, plant haul. The plant haul that I did probably, I think a couple of weeks now. We had, remember, we had a couple more plants to still get in the ground, and that was, we have two ajugas, and this is like a ground cover. It's so pretty. And so I'm going to be putting these in the ground. I'm going to see once I get them out the container if I'm going to divide them up and put them in a couple of places in this particular area I'm going to put them in. And then we have this variegated plant, which y'all know I love me some variegated plants. And this is the honeysuckle. And this is our honeysuckle that gets 2 to 5 feet tall and 2 to 5 feet wide. Or it can get 4 to feet. But it goes between 2 to 5 feet and to 4 to 5 feet. And I think that depends upon its growing conditions, where I'm going to plant it. I think it's going to get, pretty its size. I think it's going to love the location. We shall see. And then the last thing is the 9 bark. And once again, these are the plants from the plant haul I showed you all a couple of weeks ago. Or videos back, I should say. That 9 bark. It gets 5 to 7 feet tall and 4 to 6 feet wide. Look at pretty. So I have a location for these. I finally settled on a location after thinking through it for a few days. Like, where do I want to place these plants? And I got it here. So you're going to have to deal with my shadow. I'm going to try to take it out. Okay, that's better. So over here is the part sun, part shade garden. And right here where I have my bird bath, I've decided to move that bird bath and plant the honeysuckle right there. And so the only thing that I need to do in order to get that planted up is I need to move this coreopsis. And I'm just going to dig out the coreopsis and move it forward a little. Yeah, just forward. I think I'm just going to move it forward a little to the left for me. And then beside it we have some sedum. If you all don't remember, I don't know how many videos back, but I stuck some sedum here, broke some pieces off of that sedum, stuck some sedum here so that they can kind of grow up around this bird bath. But it's okay, they can grow up around the honeysuckle, and if that changes I can always move them. But I think that's all I need to move right now. I do have an iris here. I think the iris will be okay. I'm not going to move the iris right now, but once again, if I find that it's crowding it, I'll move it. And then my placement for the 9 bark is going to go over here in this corner. I thought it would be nice. So I'm not going to put it in the bed, I don't believe. But I just thought that 9 bark would look nice growing up that fence. So it gets 6 to 7 feet tall, which means it will either meet the fence because this fence is 6 feet tall, or it will, exceed it and go above. And so I thought that would be a nice touch on that corner. I was going to put it on the outside, but I may leave it inside because the hosta right here actually can use a little bit of shade. They kind of burnt up a little. And then I'm going to take those ajuga and I'm going to filter them in with this lamium. Like I said, I might take the ajuga and break it apart and put it in a couple of spots, filling in some of these spaces at the end of this garden bed. Or I might just plant them both there, because remember, ajuga, it's a spreader like the lamium. And so I'm using it as a ground cover. And it seems like everything I've planted here didn't work. I remember planting an azalea. What's so interesting, because this azalea, which is just so gorgeous right now. Look at the foliage on that. That's its fall color. This does excellent here, but I put another one in up there and it just didn't work out. So I'm hoping that this 9 bark would do good there. I did want to keep the 9 bark and the honeysuckle together, but I don't know. I thought about sticking the honeysuckle in here and leaving that. Now I'm rethinking while I'm talking to you all, per usual. But I thought about it, but you have, because you have your dark foliage here, I'll have dark foliage up there. But what breaks it up is also my verbatim, that's not how you say it, my, not verbatim, but I can't think of the name. Anyways, this tree right here that's supposed to get 10 feet tall, I don't know why I can't think of the name. Look, you're going to get who you're going to get. I am who I am. I hope you all are on the other side of the screen laughing with me. But anyways, viburnum, that my viburnum tree. And so that gets about 10 feet tall, as I told you all before. And so, with that being said, I think the spot that I have for the honeysuckle will be good. And yeah, and then so let's get these planted. We have to figure out, something here, but I want the lamian to continue to spread, and so that'll be good. But I need something here. Yeah, let me think about it. I do have some phlox. Let me think about it. And as I'm thinking about it, I'm gonna go ahead and get these other plants in the ground. Okay, like I said, I thought about tucking it on the outside on the corner, but now that I'm thinking about it, I think this spot would be fine. And there is back here, like I said, some what do you call it? Hosta back here. And so they'll just grow. They'll still grow. And this will provide a little shade for them back there. But this, as you can see, is a sunny location, which we know this 9-bark needs. So let's go ahead. That looks good. It should fill in nicely, I'm hoping. All right, let's get this moved. I'll do this next since I'm not sure of the ajuga. And there's water in here, which I'm purposely dumping there. Just sit that there for now. So I do have space to plant it without moving this, but because I know it needs to be moved, it'll need to be moved. I'm just gonna move it now. It is a Coreopsis. Just gonna put it, and it blooms yellow and like a reddish color. It's really pretty. And so now I have this area. That's where I can see. That's here. It doesn't have to work, it's so heavy. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's pretty. So pretty. Yay! That's gonna be so. It is so pretty. So pretty. I don't have to move that sedum. I have a phlox back there, and now we have the Coreopsis here, the iris surrounding it. So I think it looks good in that spot. And then when we look at the 9 bark, if it grows up and fills out, yeah, that's going to be good. I think I'm going to see if I can tuck the bird bath in this corner before I try to see about the ajuga. Let's try that. And normally I put this in for the winter anyway, so soon it will be going in, but I'm thinking like we have that little bird. I have to think about the fact that it's a hill. I have to figure out how to get it level, but we have this little bird cage here. Let's see if that. Yeah, that works. That definitely works. Okay. Now that I'm standing and looking at everything, I don't think I want the ajuga here because we have the dark foliage already. I have some hen and chicks down here and then the lamium. I think I'm going to save that spot. I actually do have some phlox. I think it blooms pink. I'm going to go grab those and I'm going to stick those over here. They're being held over in one of my raised beds. I think I'm going to stick those over here. I have the same phlox, as a matter of fact, on the other side of this viburnum. So I'm going to stick that there. And I do have some more lamium in the containers that I was going to eventually add. So I'm going to just put those phlox here and that's it. Actually, I have some sweet williams too. That's kind of low growing too. That might be able to, it doesn't have any foliage right now. I think it's still alive. So I'll just have to dig up like the roots and see if that would work. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, we'll be back. Let's go grab those. So guys, I don't know. I don't have high hopes. Look at my shirt. I don't have high hopes for this sweet william. I think that's what you call it. You can see that it still has like a piece, but that's what it looks like. I'm gonna go ahead and plant it up and just see if it comes back next year. The phlox actually looks good. I will like cut that stem back, but I have 4 of these and I'm just gonna plant them in a group over here. I'm gonna stick the sweet williams in. If that's it, I'm gonna just stick those 2 like right here, and then we'll stick the phlox. I have 4 clumps basically right here, and that should make a nice patch right there. And then we still have space to do something up there. The lamium, it needs to be green. I don't think it needs to be dark foliage though. Okay, so we'll find another place for that ajuga. I think that looks good. Let's cut this phlox back. Just leaving some stems out of the ground. Unlike the Williamson, I can't leave anything out of the ground. I just have to remember that it's there based on the footage. We'll see what happens. And you know, that probably would have did good to have some bone meal, but we'll see what happens. I don't have high hopes, but things seem to come back sometimes. So let's look at this ajuga. Even though I left my hori hori, I'm hoping that I'm hoping that I might be able to easily split this if need be, or I'll just leave it whole. But these definitely, I'm gonna try to use my hands. Oh, you all can't see. Oh, you could definitely, I'm gonna get my hori hori because, or maybe I just use the shovel. Let me see. I can get like perfect. I know you all can't see, but I'm splitting this. Sorry. You see me. We got 2 plants, and I can go for a ton more because these are like, I believe they're kind of like sedum thing, not sedum, yeah, like they're ground covers, and so you can't see, but I'm doing another split. And so I'm going to just keep the 3. I'm going to leave this one as 1. And I'm going to do the other one, the same thing with the other one. Let me bring you all down, just in case someone doesn't understand what I'm doing. But a lot of plants can easily be divided. I said split, but same thing, divide it easily with a shovel, or I use my hori hori knife. And so I'm just going to lay the plant on the ground and just kind of look. Like right there is an excellent place. Like, you see that? Can you all see that? See, I just need to divide that right there. And I'm just going to take my shovel where I kind of marked it at and stick my shovel. And this one was pretty easy. Now let me take a look. I'm going to split it again. And with this one, I don't see a split. I might lose some leaves, but that way, my little $4 plant, I got 2 plants. Look what they just gave me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if I want, I can split this, and I can split that again. I think I want to split this one again. And this way, next year, they'll just all, while I'm at it, I might as well do this one. So those 2 plants just gave me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 plants. And now they like full sun, so I might still dapple one over there. I don't know. I'm going to dapple them along. And on this border, I do have some lamium. I do have that I want to spread. I do have some sedum I want to spread that I've tucked like little pieces in. So this will be in addition to this border spreading. I'm trying to stop using this, just like I'm using the, what am I using back there? The hosta to stop the erosion. I'm using the ground cover down here to just help hold in the soil because it's like a hill. So that's why I'm doing this. It's gonna look nice too, but we have a nice boulder. Use that somewhere. So I'm just gonna tuck, and we can lose some of these roots at the bottom. I'm tearing, so you don't have to make too deep of a hole, and just pack it in. like that. So there's a spot for one, and I'll just go down the line and find spots. This ajuga, not only in this color, I think that if it doesn't get enough sun, it'll still grow, but it'll just be more of a green, if that makes sense. So another empty spot. And I'm gonna backtrack and add some down here. Spot right here. And one more. Let's give it to this section right here. Thought I saw another one, but I didn't. Just making sure. I can just picture this line, kind of like I did the hosta when I planted them. When I did the hosta, they were all cut back just like this last fall. And I just envisioned the hosta just growing all in along this wall, this fence line. And you all saw it in my other videos when they did grow in, and it did exactly what I wanted it to do. This lamium is starting to border this like I want it. I tend to find, like, although lamium can do sun and shade, it seems to like more shade, because these ones are doing so well. But that one over there in the sun is doing well, but a couple I did lose spaces. But anyways, this ajuga, when this grows in, yeah, I think it's going to do what I want it to do, this line. And if one breaks off, you can just put it somewhere. I feel like I should have stuck one right there, but that's okay. What I'll do is, once again, I'll take pieces of it. But this line is going to be so pretty. The last one I stuck right in here. And then our honeysuckle we planted. Ah, gorge. And when we come around here, and we place, sorry about the, where we place the bird bath and the 9 bark. Then down here, sorry, the shadow will not allow you to see. That's why I don't want my shadow in there. I think when this phlox grows in, there's the other phlox, it's going to be nice. So, and we'll see what happens with that Sweet William, and then we'll find what we can tuck in over there. We might be able to tuck in one of those mums when it's time to put those in the ground, but we'll see. We'll see. We shall see. But this space is coming along nicely. So, as always, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for liking, for commenting, for subscribing. I hope you enjoyed today's video. As we continue just work the garden as long as we can. I tell you, boy, it's late October, and today, can you believe it's a high 80 degrees for us here in New England? Most of us here, and I'm in Massachusetts. I just I'm just like, wow, like what is happening? But I'm also like, wow, I'm going to enjoy it. So as always, have a wonderful day. Blessings. Bye.